In my case, I was removed. Uh, I never knew my mother physically, so my dad raised me. And when he remarried when I was young, and when he passed, my stepmother gave me up. She did not want the responsibility of raising me along with my two younger brothers, so she gave me up. Uh, in foster care, most of the times, children are quickly fed into the mental health system where a rash of diagnoses are made, whether from oppositional defiance to depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, and such is the case that not all children suffer from the diagnosis that's bestowed upon them. Uh, you know, and when you go into the education system, depending on where you're housed or what county you're in, depends on the educational needs that they think you need. Uh, so a lot of times I was put in the special ed classes or the LD classes, whether or not that I had a learning disability or not. Uh, they tried to keep us separated the general population of students. Now, some group homes provided their own in homeschooling, as they put it. Uh, so you were kept completely separate from society in general. You didn't interact with kids your age except for the ones that were in the house. Your your social skills are while growing. Um, and a lot of the group homes, especially the level 4s and 5s, they're violent environments. There's a lot of fights, bullying, um, and whatnot. There is the potential for sexual violence also, um, especially if it's a co-ed facility. And, you know, during the on-campus schoolings as such, you know, uh, you're not necessarily at the grade level you should be. Um, so the last active grade that I participated in was 8th grade, but when I dropped out of high school, I was in the 12th. Most of the time I was passed just so I would be gotten, they could get rid of me. Whether I participated in any classes or not, they passed me just to get rid of me. I went through. Uh, if you get in any legal troubles, like the county I was in, if I got in legal troubles, they used the mental health card to kind of sweep the charges under the rug per se, and you would be involuntarily admitted to a psych for a week or so, and then everything would be back to normal. And they would just move me to another county or another group home or another foster home, and they would say, "Well, stay out of trouble this time." And it wouldn't matter to them. It wouldn't matter if you were being picked on, bullied, or whatnot. So, but not, that's the dark side to it. Now, not all facilities and group foster homes are. Um, One of my fondest moments was my first foster home that I really remember was a single father, and this is 94 maybe, 95. I think this is Thanksgiving 95, and I was introduced to a family-style Thanksgiving. Now, before my dad passed, I don't ever remember having sat down and ate a family-style Thanksgiving, as in, you know, you got all your siblings, your aunt, your uncle, dad, mom, all that at the table. So my first family style Thanksgiving, I was scared because it's this whole joyous or happy family, and it's like y'all are accepting me with no questions. And, it was just really weird for me. But it was a joyful time. So that year I learned to ski. We went on a ski trip after Thanksgiving dinner for the weekend, and we went up to the mountains here in North Carolina. We went snowshoe. No, not fault, not snowshoe. That's in West Virginia. What is that? Sugar Mountain. We went to Sugar Mountain, and
this call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
I learned to ski, and that's thrilling. As a young teenager, that was really thrilling. That's probably the most exciting thing I have ever done. And with that one foster dad, I learned to ski. I went traveling. I've been to Vermont. I've been to Alberta, Canada. Went to New York. Went to Maine on camping trips. I've been to Colorado and Utah skiing and snowboarding. He had a membership to a golf club, a golf course where I learned to play golf. And this was around the time the movie Happy Gilmore came out. And I probably destroyed 5 graphite shafts on the drivers. It cost about $350 a piece trying to perfect Happy Gilmore's golf swing. But, that's just some of the good things. Now, I've been through more bad than good, but on the bad things, it affects the outlook and the mindset of the child as they age and get older. So when kids go into foster care, the biggest thing that they suffer from is abandonment issues. And with, even though the parents might put up, the child still feels abandoned because of the parents not being there. So, and every time you have to pack up and move, it's almost the same as in prison. You live out of a bag. All your stuff goes into a bag and you move from one place to the next. I remember one year I was in 4 different placements in 3 different school systems. And I don't think I made one single friend that year. Your social skills are stunted horribly. You don't really make friends, you make acquaintances because you don't expect to be there long enough to really be a friend. You don't try to remember birthdays. You don't remember important occasions. You just kind of are there and then you're gone. So, if you're in a public school system and they have a dance or something and you go, you're kind of like, I remember going to a Halloween dance and being in a cafeteria packed with teenagers and felt utterly alone, even though I was supposedly there with friends. So it makes you you're an outcast, but not so much. You do what you can to try to fit in, and sometimes it seems like you're trying too hard to be cool. And the same can be said as in prison, because the environments are, you're not guaranteed to stay somewhere for a long period of time, so you don't make your normal social structure is not there. So you don't have friends, you have acquaintances. And the gear for outlook on life after that is, you don't fully trust people, you don't open yourself up, and you have a hard time adjusting to family settings because it's not something you're accustomed to. And like I was saying, the few times that you do get a good placement, the child themselves will usually sabotage the situation because they don't trust it. The foster parent that treated me the best, I sabotaged on numerous occasions because I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. I kept waiting to be abandoned. And I never turned his back on me. With the love of his higher power, at the age of 21, I was sentenced to a life sentence in prison. And he stood beside me all the way up until he passed in 2018. He came to see me. He sent me pictures. He wrote. He provided financial stability. And when he got sick and passed in 2018, his daughter came back into my life. And she has been a true sister to me. She's not batted an eyelash. She's stood beside me every day since. Matter of fact, I just got done talking to her on.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
On the tablet, and there's a one shining light, the good and positive that I have from foster care, and as I've aged and grown up in prison, I've used that to help me better myself because my initial outlook was horrible, and now I'm turning it around.
You have 30 seconds remaining.